That's right. I'm back again. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Reggaeboyz Commentary. Thank you very much for tuning into another video on this channel. Today, what we're going to do, we're going to look a few days forward. Now, how should Jamaica line up in the Gold Cup? Now, I'm not pinning it specifically towards the Suriname game. I'm not pinning it specifically towards the Costa Rican game. And I'm not spinning it specifically whether it be Guadeloupe or Guatemala. I'm being general with how we should essentially line up. And that's exactly what I'm going to do in this video and show you some information quite shortly. But I wholeheartedly believe, that a 4-3-3 is the way for us. Now, I've been the first person to tell you that I am not against a back three. I am not at all. Is this from a different dimension, something that we could employ? Yes, we saw it against Serbia, and I think it helped our pressing game tremendously. And as you know, it helps to create those situations where you clog the middle. So Serbia found it quite difficult to penetrate us centrally. And that's why I think that going a three at the back could help in that aspect, especially from a defensive point of view. But let me just make this point clear. Just because you play a back three doesn't mean that you're a defensive team. It just really depends on what you have presented in front of you. Belgium plays a back three, and they're the #1 ranked team in the world. Yes, they're out of the Euros, but a back three is something that they've used for a little bit of time now under Roberto Martinez, and they've reaped rewards for it. So they are to be credited and commended for the work that they have done. But me personally, as it relates to Jamaica, I am in favor of a back four and a 4-3-3. I believe in that additional body higher up the pitch. That is what I personally believe. So, without further ado, let's have a look at how I would line up the team in the Gold Cup. So, I've gone with a 4-3-3. No surprise there, right, guys? So, if you look on their screen, you'll see on the left, you see Jamaica. You see that I have in yellow. So in yellow is the Jamaican side of things, yeah? So let me make the point that whoever you see here that's in yellow is Jamaica. So I have Andre Blake in goal. He's going to mop up everything. He's our man for the big occasion, Andre Blake. He likes to communicate with his backline, and he offers that additional punch as well, where he can pass the ball well to our wider players, this side or also this side as well. Back four, Kimar Taxi Lawrence at left back. Right back, I've gone with Alvas Powell. Central defense, I've gone with Liam Moore and Adrian Mariappa. Those are the players that I've gone with as it relates to the central defense. All right. 1 second. Trying to get this bigger for you guys. Right. Okay. So, Liam Moore, Adrian Mariappa, central defense. Just in front of them, I've gone with a bit of controversy. Michael Hector. Now, guys, I've made this point numerous occasions. The data is there to suggest that Michael Hector at central defensive midfield against non-physical teams, it's a good record. Teams that are going to try to pass the ball around us, he has the long legs to mop up and to cut those channels. So you can expect it, especially on the right-hand side, from a Jamaican standpoint. And that is why the opposition, when they realize that Hector is cleaning up this area, they're going to be forced to come this way with the ball. Oh, this is the ball. So they're going to be forced to come this way with the ball. And what happens? You have Taxi, who is to mop this up. And they're going to be like, okay, so we can't go that way. Let's go this way. And then they run into another madman in Alvas Paul. So they're like, okay, we can't go that way as well because we have two madmen out wide. So they say, all right, let's go centrally then. And when they come centrally, they run into Liam Moore. And they're like, okay, let's go to Mariapa. And they said they're running into the quick feet. Okay, fine. So it's going to be difficult to break down Jamaica. Let's shoot from long range. And Andre Blake is like, I got that. Don't worry yourself. So, yeah. So Hector, especially on the right-hand side, will mop it up. In front of Michael Hector, I've gone with Daniel Johnson and Ravel Morrison. Now, Ravel, I expect him to be that individual that'll play much higher. Perhaps behind Burke. So it's going to look a bit like this. So when they push up, looks something like this. Daniel Johnson will sit, but be that distributor with the ball. Has those long range passes, where, as you know, he's good with the left foot, can free up Taxi, can send Ravel, and he can send the front three, which I'll get to quite shortly. Hector will sit, Johnson just a little bit higher, just a little bit higher. Yeah? And Ravel, with that guile, that creativity, that vision, will find pockets here, and here, and here. And when he's clogged or strangled for room and space, he can open up his body and find Alvas Powell. Alvas Powell whips a ball in, and Scory Burke puts it into the back of the net. So the front three, Dexter Daps, Bobby Reid, Leon Bailey, and Corey Burke. The reason why I've gone with Corey Burke over Shamar Nicholson is due to form. Corey Burke has absolutely gotten off to a splendid start in Major League Soccer. Shamar Nicholson hasn't played a game for a little while now, and remember, he didn't make the trip to the Far East to Japan because he was recovering from an injury. So the reason why I've gone with Burke to start the tournament is because he's fresher, more mobile in that sense. Even though Nicholson, I expect him to play some part in the Gold Cup, I would start personally with Burke. I think he's just an absolute beast in the air. He has the form right now. I say go with Scory Burke. So that's the individual that I personally would go with. How do you manage the set pieces? Well, you have this tall man. This guy probably will take the corner kicks. You have this tall man. You have this agile man. And you have this beast as well. And just at the top of the key, Daniel Johnson outside for the follow-up shots. Leon Bailey whips it in. You have Cora Burke 6'4". You have Michael Hector 6'4". You have Liam Moore 6'1". You have Mariapa, yes, he's 5'10", but he can outjump any human being on the planet. Let's say the ball is headed out. It'll fall towards the feet of Daniel Johnson. Can curl it with his left foot into the back of the net. So how does that make you feel, Reggae Boyz fans? So generally, this is the shape that I would like to see us play, and I think it's something that can reap rewards for us in the Gold Cup. Would I be tempted to change it? As I said, no, I wouldn't be. But if you were to ask me, would I be open to the idea of 3 at the back? I would say yes. And look a little bit something like this. Like a 3-4-3 sort of shape. So that's how it would look for me. Reggae Boyz fans, what are your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary. Take care, guys.